Hello, I'm Seth, and I'm making this video to show you what I'm going to be doing for Unit 3 and what I've already done for Unit 2. So, for the independent project, for the first phase, I did a moving player and a gray box scene, which I showed you already. Now, as for phase 2, the requirements were to use a collider to trigger a scripted event. In this case, the event in question is to make it that when the character falls off the stage, he respawns back at the beginning. Invoke repeating and if-else statement were also used in order to create these flying boxes, which in turn create obstacles for the character to avoid so that they will not get pushed into the pit and thus respawn. This also uses arrays, methods, and random number generations. So yeah, pretty much all those have been used for these sort of things. Yeah. So there's that. Now, for phase 3, the first phase requirement is for a game over criteria that is a trigger so that everything will stop spawning, there will be no more player movements, and everything will be stopping, and every animation will stop. And for that, I believe that will be caused by the player either falling into the pit like shown before, or being hit by certain obstacles, like maybe those pink boxes, since they seem rather ineffective at pushing the character into a pit, because they would have to stand still for that to happen. So if they get hit by it, they will basically lose pretty much. As for multi-state animation controllers, that will also, since the character is already very well animated, I'd say, so that would probably include stuff based. So the animation controllers might most likely apply to either the obstacles or the environment, or I could potentially add a certain other animation to him, like perhaps maybe one where he's interacting by pushing or pulling objects. But that, again, that may change depending on whether or not I have time to finish that. So yeah, particle system trigger, that would probably, again, if I do, I could probably include, I most likely will be including interacting and by pushing and pulling objects. So particle system will include some kind of sparkle element to show what can and can't be interacted with. And as for audio trigger, perhaps one to indicate when the character is, again, pushing or pulling said object, or maybe even when they get the game over, pretty much. So yeah, so that pretty much seems to be what Unit 3 is asking for, or Phase 3 at least. And yeah, so far Phase 2 is pretty much done, so yeah, I will be working on that next time when the requirements say. So yeah, that's basically it. Thank you, and yep, good luck to everybody else, and yep, alrighty then.